So the field beginning to roll off of turn number 4. 25 laps to distance for the Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirt Car 358 small block modifieds here tonight. Row number 1 will be Dan Bouchard, the 36B inside. Row number 1 outside him will be Bob Henry Jr. in the 21H. The George Foley number 34 and Matt Woodruff's 55 make up row number 2. Row number 3, that'll be Nick Webb, the 27W on the bottom, and outside will be Tim Fuller in the number 19. The Sean Shaw number 7S and Jackson Gills number 60 make up row number 4. Row number 5, that'll be Tyler Meeks in the number 9 and Jordan McCready, the 28J. The Luke Fuller number 74 and Ryan Bartlett's number 93 are in row number 6. Row number 7, the 24K of Nick Krause to the inside. Outside him, the number 31 of Lance Willix. Mike Maresca's number 7 MM will start inside row at number 8. Outside him, the number 49, that is Billy Dunn. Tim Sears Jr., the 62X, will start inside row number 9. Outside him will be Mike Stanton in the 3M machine. The Garrett Rushlow, number 24R, and Preston Forbes, the 45R, are in row number 10. Row number 11, Scott Webb, the number 18W, and Joel Hall in the number 29. Row 12 to the bottom of the racetrack, Cameron Black in the 23L. Outside him will be the 21W of Devin Willis. Matt Janzik, the number 33X, and Mike Trapp, the number 70, will make up row number 13. Row number 14, Kerry Durant in the number 66X, and on the outside, that'll be Larry Welling in the number 21 machine. Row number 15 to the bottom, the number 99L, that is Lightning Larry White, and outside him will be Andy Howard in the number 21. Your final row has Marshall Hurd, the 58M, and the Mike Mandigo, number 26M. 32 small block modified set to do business here tonight. 25 laps will be the distance from the Can-Am Speedway. Modifieds into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is in the air. Field gets separated down the backstretch. Lap number 1. Back out in front. Bob Henry works to the top side of the speedway. He'll bring him down the front stretch in front of the Dan Bouchard. Number 36B, they'll go to turn number 1 and 2. Bottom of the racetrack, they go to turn number 2. George Foley holds on at third spot. On the outside will be the 60 of Jackson Gill. Gill picking up a couple of quick spots here, and he has raced to the outside. He'll challenge for spot number 3 off turn number 4. Gill to the outside of the racetrack. Timmy Fuller to the bottom. As they work on George Foley's number 34, Jackson Gill's going to take advantage down the backstretch. Gill's going to get out in front. He'll take over spot number 3. Foley 4th. 5th is Tim Fuller as they work off turn number 4. Now Fuller goes to the inside of the Foley ride. Down to turn number 1 and 2. He'll take the spot away. One car around up in turn number 3, way to the top side of the racetrack, outside of turn number 3 and 4. The 93 of Ryan Bartlett, he is facing the wrong direction. On top of turn number 4, caution flag is going to wave. So they go down to turn number 3 and 4, waiting for the green flag to wave once again. Green flag is out as they work off turn number 4. Bob Henry to the inside of turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Timmy Fuller on the outside. Fuller shot out of a cannon down the backstretch, goes to the outside of Jackson Gill. He and Gill now go side by side, battling for the number 2 spot. Gill looks to the inside of Henry, can't quite get there. And the number 19 of Tim Fuller on the outside also goes by. On the outside, Fuller's going to take over spot number 1. And we got a couple of cars together over in turn number 1 and 2. Yellow flag is going to come out. We got a couple of cars tangled together over in turn number 1, right at the entrance to turn number 2. Some heavy damage on a couple of those cars over there. Mike Stanton, the 3M, one of those cars involved up there. I believe believe the other car up there may be Luke Fuller, sitting there facing the wrong direction. A lot of sheet metal damage on that car as he sits up to the top side of the Speedway. So the field gets doubled up one more time off turn number 3 and 4. Mike Leclerc will look the field over. Green flag is back in the air. Down to turn number 1 and 2. Tim Fuller through the middle of the Speedway, trying to slide underneath the number 21 of Bob Henry. The number 60 of Jackson Gill was right there with him. Now here comes Jordan McCready, the number 28. He'll slide underneath the Gill number 60 off turn number 4. Down the front stretch they will go. Jordan McCready up to spot number 3. McCready to the inside of the racetrack, but Jackson Gill is going to drive right back by on the outside into the number 60 machine. He'll take that spot as they go to turn number 3 and 4. Fuller trying to break away from the field off turn number 4. He'll come down the front stretch, 5 car lengths out in front of the Bob Henry, number 21. Henry right through the middle of the Speedway. McCready able to get underneath him off turn number 2. It'll be the number 60 of Doxton, or excuse me, the 60 on the outside of Gill down to turn number 3 and 4. We got a car stop at the top of turn number 3 and 4. And that's going to bring caution right back out onto the Speedway. So problems on the front of the Nick Kraus number 24 machine as they head back to the pit area. As well as Lance Willix in the number 31. Willix back out onto the Speedway, as well as those drivers we just mentioned, everybody back out onto the racetrack. So cleanup looks like it's done over in turn number 4. Should be coming back around this time, I believe, for the white flag. White flag will be displayed. We'll get ready to go back to green. 17 laps complete, 25 lap feature action here for the Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirt Car 358 Modified Division here at Can-Am. So track safety lights are off. We get ready to go back to action one more time. The 19 of Tim Fuller out of Edwards, New York is your leader in the St. Lawrence Radiology number 19 ride. He is elected to go to the outside of the Speedway. That'll put Bob Henry back to the inside of row number 1. Inside row number 2 will be Jordan McCready. Outside him, the 60 of Jackson Gill. That's Tyler Meeks and Mike Maresca as we go back to green. Back to green one more time. They'll work off turn number 2 down the backstretch. They will go again. It'll be Tim Fuller out to the head of the class. Now here comes Jackson Gill to the outside. He'll take over spot number 2. But here comes Jordan McCready. McCready slides underneath them. The flag's cracked. High-rise construction machine off turn number 2. McCready's up to the second spot as they go off the backstretch. Down they head into turn number 3 and 4. Gill settles back to the number 3 spot. Fourth would be the number 7 MM of Michael Maresca as they come racing off turn number 4 down the front stretch. Behind them will be the 21 of Bob Henry. Tyler Meeks now goes to the inside of him. Meeks trying to take over spot number 5, but Henry's going to drive right back by to the outside. Then it's suppressed in Forbes, number 45R down the back stretch. The 62 of Tim Sears trying to take the next spot as he'll work to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll get underneath the web number 27 off turn number 4 and take the spot away. Sean Shaw got shuffled back one more spot, and right now Tim Fuller trying to lengthen his distance out in front of the field. He'll take him down into turn number 1 and 2, and yellow flag is going to come out one more time. Car rolling to a stop off on top of turn number 1 and 2. That looks like the Dan Bouchard number 36B is going to roll to a stop at the top of turn number 1 and bring the caution out once again. Well, Lance Willard's continuing to show a little bit of smoke out of the exhaust on that number 31. His crew has asked him to come back towards the pit area, so the call going down to Lance Willard's. Tough break for the gentleman out of Theresa, New York. As we said, a feature winner a couple weeks ago here at Can-Am in the TRC number 31 machine, and he will pull out a line and head back towards pit road. The next car in line, then it'll be Tyler Meeks in the number 9, the 27 of Nick Webb, and the 62 of Tim Sears when we get ready to go back to green down into turn number 3 and 4. Mike LeClaire will look him over. Green is back in the air. Down to turn number 1 and 2. McCready trying to hold on to that second spot. Jackson Gill third. Here comes Mike Maresca to the outside. Maresca just drove around the outside of the number 60 of Jackson Gill. We come to the halfway point off turn number 4. Gill right back to the inside of the Maresca number 7. McCready holds on to that second spot. Maresca goes up the hill. Gill slides right back to the bottom of the racetrack. Battle for spot number 3 side by side. Down to turn number 3 and 4. Jackson Gill out of Plessis, New York, first year in the small block modified. He will continue to hold on to spot number 3. He'll get out in front of the Maresca number 7 MM as they switch lanes. Bob Henry is holding on to the number 5 spot, followed by Tyler Meeks. Then it's Tim Sears Jr. down the backstretch. He'll get in front of the Nick Webb. Number 27W, Preston Forbes, the 45R. Back up front, it is Timmy Fuller beginning to distance himself out in front of this field as he'll take him off turn number 2 down the backstretch. They will go. They work through turn number 3 and 4. Fuller to the top side of the racetrack. Opens up almost a full straightaway lead over the number 28 of George McCready. McCready trying to reel him in. Jackson Gill again holding on to spot number 3. Maresca had a look to the inside. Gill able to hold him off. Now Maresca comes right back to the bottom of the racetrack. That is for the battle for spot number 3. Maresca and Gill side by side at the line. Down to turn number 3 and 4. Maresca comes right up through the middle of the speedway. Gill gets right onto the back bumper, down the back stretch. Had to get onto the binders, but he'll drive right back to the inside of Maresca through turn number 3 and 4. Off turn number 4, that battle will continue as Maresca will get in front of Gill this time. Down to 1 and 2, but right now it is all Timmy Fuller with a full straightaway advantage over the field down to turn number 3 and 4. They work off turn number 4 down the front stretch. This battle back here now, Michael Maresca takes over that third spot from Jackson Gill. Bob Henry holds on to that fifth spot as they go to turn number 1 and 2. Tyler Meeks chasing him off turn number 2. Larry White gets up another position in the 99L. Larry White down the backstretch started in spot number 29. He is into the top 10 right now as he will slide underneath Meeks off turn number 4 and down the front stretch. He's going to drive all the way up just outside the top 5. They work off turn number 2. Now Timmy Sears goes to the inside of Tyler Meeks down the backstretch, trying to take over another position as he works his way towards the front of the field. Sears started back in 17th. He is all the way up towards the top 5 right now as they work down into turn number 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, they will go for McCready, Maresca, Jackson Gill, Bob Henry, Larry White up to spot number 6, followed by Tim Sears. Lightning Larry White started in 29th position. He is all the way up to 6th in the number 99L as they work off turn number 2 down the backstretch as he tries to reel in Bob Henry for the number 5 spot. Parallel flags are up, just 2 more trips around the speedway. Your leader continuing to work some lap traffic down into turn number 3 and 4 as he'll come to the bottom of the racetrack. Timmy Fuller on a tear here tonight as he gets underneath the Marshall Hurd, number 58, takes that spot, puts him down a lap. They go off turn number 2, white flag out that last time by Timmy Fuller. A full straightaway advantage out in front of the George McCready, number 28. Continues to work lap traffic off turn number 4. It'll be the 19 of Tim Fuller scoring the win. The number 28 of Jordan McCready will be second. Third's going to go to Mike Maresca. The fourth spot will belong to Jackson Gill. Rounding out the top 5 will be the 21H of Bob Henry. He'll be followed by the number 99 of Larry White, the 62 of Tim Sears Jr., the 45 of Preston Forbes, the 9 of Tyler Meeks, and the 33X of Matt Janzik. And the other half of our St. Lawrence County victory lane here, Timmy Fuller. Boy, this thing was hooked up tonight.
It was. We had a good starting spot in 6. We've had I guess our last 3 runs have been an 8th and a 9th and a crash last week. So unfortunately, we got a chance to start up front. I'd like to thank Mike and Barb Maresca from St. Lawrence Radiology here. You still see it through, even though you have some bad weeks, they see it through, and especially thanks to them. And Tom Leahy, we tuned on the carburetor for 3 runs here, and we finally got one that runs right, and this Leahy engine really run very well.
Now, you're a veteran of this. You've been around this for a little while now. What's going through your head with all those cautions out there and all those restarts?
Well, it's just a product of the track being too fast, and I get it. You can't do anything about the weather, and Tyler forced ahead and made a program out of it, and the track actually wasn't that bad. It was just too fast, which in turns the speeds are way up, so anybody screws up. I see my nephew get crashed out there and everything, so it is what it is. You have this is the way it used to be 20 years ago anyway, every night. So, but I understand with the weather, it is.
But back to victory lane once again this year.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to call out to the Pamelia posse. They're probably watching this, and I always get the business every time I'm down front that I never mention them, so they're around a bonfire right now watching.
All right, congratulations. Tim Fuller is going to be your Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirt Car 358 Modified feature winner here tonight at Can-Am.